Can I share an embarrassing story with you guys? Did I ever tell you about the time I was flown to Sydney for free food at an extended Pinkies kind of event? Well, I have an update, but first a recap. I was contacted by a company called Thermomix who said they'd love to invite me to the launch of their latest machine. I said, you can't buy me. They said free flights and food, and I said, what time should I be at the airport? We landed in Sydney. Well, mostly the pilot did that, but we went to eat at cafes and take some photos. We checked out the opera house. Well, mostly just the bottom of the opera house because there were a lot of stairs leading up to that house. And then we headed out to the Thermomix event at this beautiful venue where everyone was so dressed up and fancy, and I knew I'd feel really out of place. But the staff was so kind and accommodating, and the food was amazing. Now here's the embarrassing part. The chairs for the demonstration were these really tall stools, and while all the other food influencers are just grabbing their seats and chatting, I just knew that I was not going to be able to get up on that thing. But I spotted a piano and a piano stool at the very back of the room that I could sit on, so I went back there to go sit by myself. But the Thermomix CEO guy spotted the issue, came out of nowhere and just lifted that huge piano stool over his head and marched it right down the very front and told me how lucky they were to even have me there at the event, which made me feel really welcome and included. Anyway, after that trip to Sydney, Thermomix reached out to me again and offered me a brand new Thermomix of my own. Now, if you've never heard of a Thermomix, it sounds ridiculous on paper, but it's a kitchen appliance that can basically do everything. It weighs, chops, mixes, steams, cooks, and even cleans. You can access like 100,000 recipes on the machine that can guide you through the cooking process step by step. Also, when you buy a Thermomix, you get access to a consultant who can come out and guide you through how to use the machine and even cook with you. So they offer free food again, and I met B, who was a local consultant who came out and taught me how to use it and whipped up 2 amazing dishes for us. I helped supervise, of course. But guys, this thing is insane. Some of the promised features on it sound too good to be true. So I'm going to be trying it out in a series of upcoming reels, and if you want to see how this thing holds up in a household of hungry Samoans, follow along, bro. Okay, we're going to test this thing. Okay, love you, bye. Full disclosure, I'm standing on a step stool.